This worked example is quite advanced and I'm just going to basically throw you in at the deep end. So let's see how we get on with this question. For the first part, we need to rearrange this to make t the subject, and then I've got a more challenging second part as well. So let's just look at the first part first of all. Now my first step is, because we've got e raised to the power of something, is I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. So we can say that the natural log of q is equal to the natural log of q naught, and then we've got the natural log of e to the minus t over rc, which is equal to minus t over rc. Okay, so that's the first thing, but now we just need to rearrange what looks like a more standard equation to make t the subject. The first thing I'm going to do though is bring the t over rc over to this side and take the natural log of q off both sides. So we can say that t over rc is equal to the natural log of q naught minus the natural log of q. Okay, so we've kind of started to isolate the t. But of course, we can also rearrange this and actually make this and write it down in a much more usable format to say that t over rc is equal to the natural log of q naught over q. So if you've got something where that's taking that away, we can also say that's the same as this times q naught over q. And now we can then simply make t the subject to say that t is equal to rc times the natural log of q naught over q. So let's have a look at the second, more challenging bit of the question. So it now says that when q is equal to q naught over 2, the capacitor is discharged to half its original value. The time constant for the capacitor-resistor combination is equal to rc and can be represented by the Greek letter tau. So lots of information there. Let me just write down the equation that we're going to start with, that t is equal to rc, then the natural log of q naught over q. So what we do know is that q is equal to q naught over 2. So I'm just going to write that here. So q is equal to q naught over 2. And if we look at what's in the brackets here, we've got q naught over q, which must be the same as q naught over q naught over 2. And if you've got something divided by this half, that's going to be the same as 2. So we can rewrite this part of the equation here as 2. Okay. The next thing it says here is that rc can be represented by the Greek symbol tau. So rc is equal to tau. So I'm just going to replace this rc with that. So t is equal to tau, the natural log of 2. And here we can say that now this time here is the time it takes for the capacitor to discharge to half its original value. So I'm just going to write this as one final step to say that t a half is equal to tau natural log 2, and that's it. Now that is really advanced, but it shows the kind of things that you're going to be doing all the time by the time you get to the end of your A-level physics course. You didn't necessarily need to know about the physics because a lot of the question explains that, but what we're doing is we're looking at using the natural log or exponentials to take these equations and actually then use them to make more equations that maybe tell us about the time it takes for a capacitor to discharge to half of its original value. So there we go, quite an advanced solution, but hopefully you followed it step by step. And also you can see that now I'm getting to the end of this maths mini course, my pen is actually starting to run out just due to the amount of stuff that we've actually covered over the last few videos. So there we go, that was the last worked example on natural logs. By the way, this is just one of many videos I've made covering all of the maths that you need to understand for A-level physics. It's part of the mini course, which includes many more topic videos, multiple worked examples, and also a guide that you can download. You can find all of this over at alevelphysicsonline.com.